Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Jobberly5 back again with the Samsung Series 7 Chronos. Yes, it's not the Chronos Ultra. I changed all my video titles to Series 7 Chronos because somebody pointed out this is not the Ultra. That's fine. It's not the Ultra. Okay. But anyways, basically I'm just giving it some of the things that I had to go through with this thing so far. Like I told you, I put a SSD inside of it, and that SSD brought up some issues with the actual computer. One of the issues, obviously migrating everything over to an SSD. Actually, I just did a full reinstall onto the SSD. So I just want to show you an issue that I had. It was with the wireless. Actually, it just cut out right now. You can see right here, it's actually connected. Well, it continues to try to connect to this Netgear unsecure wireless connection. I don't know why, don't know how, don't know what's up with that. Don't really care, but all I do know is that this thing here, let me just go ahead and, what am I gonna do? Let's open this right quick, show performance, and look, 0 kilobits per second, 0 kilobits per second, have full signal strength. It's getting nothing here. I don't know, I should zoom in for that. Like you see right here, 0 kilobits per second, 0 kilobits per second, full power. It shows, I don't understand why it keeps doing this. I usually have to restart it and then start it back up, but as you can see, it's got a little blip. Well, you don't see it yet, but it's coming. You'll see it here in a sec. But basically, there goes the little blip what I was talking about. It's got a few where it just continues to get like a few kilobits per second, but that's pretty much it. I don't know why it does it. I reinstalled and reinstalled the driver for it. I've uninstalled and reinstalled, and I'm just having issues with being able to get this thing to actually stay connected to the internet. I don't know what it could possibly be. It's showing that the signal strength is awesome. If I go to, let me back out. Go to settings right now. I'll go to the adapter settings. Where's it at? Adapter settings. And it's showing that I'm getting 13 megabits per second on this, which is just ridiculous. Right there, it's showing 19 megabits per second. Now the thing about that is I actually went on the forums, and they have always had an issue with Samsung, Windows 8, and this card. This card is the 6235. Let me bring this down so you can see what I'm talking about. As you can see right here, it's Intel Centrino Advanced N 6235 card that has also a Bluetooth 4.0 radio built into it. Now showing that I got 26 megabits per second. So, but basically that is just that's horrible. Absolutely horrible. I don't understand why it is when it's got such good signal strength. It's showing that everything, should be well on this thing machine, but it's not. So I continue to have those issues with the with the actual wireless card. So that was one thing I was going to show you. Next thing I'm going to show you is how to fix the issue if you continue to have the network try to connect to an unsecure network. So if you're connected to your network and it's trying to connect to like another network in your area, I don't know why it does that, but what I did was I went to Intel settings, Pro Wireless Tools. So you go to the Pro Wireless Tools right here, and then you go to, where was it? Oh, settings, I think. Enable Wi-Fi Hotspot Assistant. It says enable Wi-Fi hotspot assistant. Uncheck that. I haven't had any issues with that since then. Okay. But so basically that's all you need to do to fix that issue if you do have that. I haven't had that at all. But let's see here. Another issue that I'm having, that I have to actually hit the power button, which is right here. I actually have to hit the power button in order for this thing to go to sleep. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so everything is good, everything, I pause all the updates for all my Steam stuff, and as you see, I'm downloading games for you guys, so I can go ahead and get some games played here. But I only got a 256 gig hard drive in there, so not too much I can download right now. I mean, I can hook it up to a external hard drive, but that's besides the point. Alright, so I'm gonna close out of that, and what I gotta do is hit the power button, and now you can see it's gonna go to sleep. I'll back this up a little bit, and to show you, I don't know what the hell I was trying to do right there, but anyways, now I hit the power button for it to come back on. It's gonna come on quick, everything's gonna be good. Let me go ahead and push that up. Alright. Then you see everything comes back on. And I'm actually connected to the Wi-Fi. So, I mean, that was pretty quick. It went pretty quick, so I'm not gonna complain about it. But what I am complaining about is this. Alright? So you saw how I was able to do that. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and shut the laptop. Which is, oh, let me show you first so that you see that it's actually, I'm gonna go to power settings, power options, what to do when I close the lid. Okay. When I press the power button, it goes to sleep. It goes to sleep whenever it's plugged in and on battery. When I close the lid, it goes to sleep. Okay, actually I just put it on shutdown, but let me push it up. Alright, it's going to sleep. Okay, so both of those, let me save the changes just in case. So I'm gonna save, I'm gonna exit, and what I'm gonna do now is close the lid for you guys, show you how messed up this is. So I'm gonna close it. That's it. Alright, it's supposed to be going to sleep. Hard drive, if you, not the hard drive, but the fans, hear the fans? They're going. They're going, okay? So, let me just show you. Now you can really hear them. Alright. I'll wait a little bit, make sure it's not gonna turn off. Because it's not gonna turn off. Okay. So now, what I'm gonna do is open it. And, look at that. Why is that? Okay, now I am going to log in. Had to restart because it restarts so quick because it's got that SSD in there. So this is what happens whenever you close the screen on it. Do I know why it does that? No. But this problem caused your PC to restart. You can send info to Microsoft. So I always send it. I don't really care. I'll send it because it's just going to send the memory dump from what happened. But you know what? I think I might know what it could possibly be, but I don't think so, because otherwise it would do it whenever I hit the power button. So it's just, that is one issue that I'm overcoming right now. Obviously all I got to do is just hit the power button and it'll go to sleep, instead of, you know, closing the screen. But it's just kind of, it's not really inconvenient, it just, I want it to be able to work both ways. Both ways. Anyways, let's see if it's connected to my network. Yes, it's connected to my network, and it's not trying to connect to any other network, which is good. so those are the two issues that I'm facing, which is why I haven't been able to put anything up today, because I've had a hard enough time just trying to download all this stuff via Wi-Fi, because I don't really have too many ports on my Ethernet on my router, for my Ethernet on my router. So bear with me, guys. I will get videos up soon. I guess I can give you a little taste of a game. Let's see what we got. Let's do Alan Wake. How about that? Alright, yes, I do have my Xbox controller hooked up via USB 2.0, because it doesn't support 3.0 anyway. So there we go. You can see up at the top 60 frames per second for right now. I'm gonna turn off the light. Alright, so I'm gonna continue the game. This is on Steam, so Steam Cloud. Getting 25 frames per second right now. Game looks really nice, even though it's only in 25 frames per second. It looks really nice. It is on the switchable graphics right now, and it is on high power. And what I can do, actually I got it plugged in already, so let's see. If I unplug it, it just gets dim, but it still stays at the 24 frames per second, telling me that it is on high power even whenever it's unplugged. Plug it back in, it gets brighter, because that's the way I got it set. I got it set to, I think, like 85 brightness. But now to get, well, on those cutscenes it usually gets about 60 frames per second, but that's normal, I guess. But it does, I mean, all the colors on it are very vibrant. On those trees, you see how red they are? They're very red in person. They're even more red in person, let's put it like that. Very yellow, green. The trees just look phenomenal. Everything looks really good on the screen. I don't really attribute that to the ATI graphics card, because I'm not a big ATI graphics card fan, but I can tell you right now that, you know, they didn't do bad on this card right here, just because everything, even though at 20 frames per second, this thing is running really smooth. I don't see any lag or anything. I can pretty much look all around, and let me show you my settings on it. I go to options, and I go to graphics. It's 1920 by 1080, full screen, VSync is on, HUD is enabled, and everything is, I put on custom because I dropped down my anti-alias to 2. I actually wanted it at 0, but I couldn't bring it off. I don't think ATI supports FXAA. I think that's an NVIDIA thing. I'm about to look more into that, so correct me if I'm wrong. Don't badger me about it, just correct me if I'm wrong. Anisotropic filtering 16x. Shadow quality is high. That's as high as it goes. It's either high or low or medium, I believe. SSAO, which is the anisotropic filtering, I turned that off, because I bet you anything, if I were to turn that on, it would drop like crazy. I got the backdrop quality on high. Everything else is on high. This is high as it goes. Draw distance is high as it goes. As you can see, I can drop it down or bring it back up. That's all the way up. And let me just go ahead and turn SSAO. I think it was, what, 20 some odd frames per second. Let's go ahead and put it on high, see if that makes a difference. Hold on, let's make sure it's actually on, because I don't know if that's saved. Yeah, it's on. Alright, let's go ahead and go back. Yeah, it's still about 20 frames per second, but it's lower, and it's a little more choppy now. And not too much of a difference in the quality of the actual game itself. So let me go ahead and go back in there, put it back. I'll show you that there's not too much. Well, you probably won't. Oh, cancel. Sorry. I was talking before I was looking. Advanced and SSAO. Turn that off. Go back, and it's back down to 23. It's a lot smoother. A lot smoother. And it is the same quality to me. I don't see a freaking difference. But anyways, guys, that's a little teaser for the games that I do have installed. It does run really well, so even though you're not getting the 8870 inside this beast, it is still a really nice laptop, and it is still a very good performer whenever it comes to games. I have only played a few games on it. A few games actually are kind of hard to install. Like Metro 2033 told me I couldn't install the game because I didn't have PhysX. But then I restarted it and it finally let me install it, and I'll be playing that. I'll be playing a few other games. Just go ahead and hit me up with any questions. Again, this is JawWilly5 doing, I guess, a critique or a review again of the Samsung Series 7 Chronos, and I'm out of here.